Hello everybody, here we are in Amsterdam with one of the greatest kickboxing trainers of all time, Thom Harinck. Hello Thom.
Hi Frederico,
How you doing, my brother?
you're from Brazil.
Good to see you.
And first of all, I have a little present. When you're in the plane, you can read
I will.
some stories about Shakuriki, what we did in the world.
Good.
Yeah?
I'm a big fan of Shakuriki.
Okay, thank you.
I was there in the big part of the Japan era.
Yes.
And it was fantastic.
It was the best time in the world that time for kickboxing, the K1 in Japan, really.
Do you think we'll ever be able to get that back again, Thom?
You never know what's gonna happen in the world, but I think not that level anymore, because of course you have now UFC, you have MMA, you have other kinds of sport, but for kickboxing that was the best time. From 1993 till about 15 years more, we had the best time with kickboxing.
And why do you think the Dutch dominated this sport so much?
Yeah, we're a small country, but I think honestly the level is high because there was two gyms in Holland. You had Majiro Gym and Shakuriki, and the trainer Jan Plas, he respect his died, but we had so much fights each other like two football clubs, Ajax, Feyenoord, was a real war. And our trainers push the boys to be the best of all. And I think the motivation of the trainers who make the sport big in Holland, because we are not stronger than a Brazilian guy. We're not stronger than American, but we know the training system, and that's important. Like what you have in Brazil with Jiu-Jitsu, you was the number one, but now all over the world, we have very good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
And were you and Voss friends, or was always right?
We respect each other. The students, they hate each other. They really want to fight on the street, but we are normal people. We come by our home, we drink some coffee, we did the matchmaking, we did other things. We can go in one door.
You could, yeah? You guys would meet and have coffee and...
Yes, with Jan
civil.
Plas. Jan Plas was the big man, of course, that time, and he was from Shakuriki. But we had respect each other. But of course, when our fighters have to fight,
That war.
there was animal. That we want to be the best, eh?
And how did you come up with the name for Shakuriki?
I was a Kickboxing guy, karate. I was also English boxing. I did judo. I had many backgrounds in the...
So MMA fighter.
Yes. I organized the first fight with Chris Dolman,
Yeah.
my friend in Holland.
Huge fight.
It was full booked, but the government stopped it. They said, this is a street fight. And that is why America has now the biggest UFC. Otherwise, in Holland, we had the UFC, by example. But I was an all-round fighter, and then I was on a Kyokushinkai tournament. I trained about a half year, and I had the orange belt and my teacher said, no, you can have the black belt because you're a fighter. And we had 5 boys against other 5 boys. They put me the black belt and I fight, and I was disqualified because I punched too hard. And then I was so frustrated, I go home and I was thinking, yeah, but I'm a fighter. A fighter must win or knock out. So I start with these and boxing gloves. And we paint the white keys, I paint red. So I had a lot of problem with the Kyokushinkai that time because they not want to allow it. In my book is story. The story is in my book. You can see
I
it.
remember, red was always the color of Shakuriki.
Yes, red, yellow. That
Yeah.
was our
Yeah.
strong. So then I see in the book, I see Shakuriki. That means borrowed power. In Korean they said Shakwik, and in Japan they said Shakuriki. And I said, sounds a good name for my new style. I want to make a new fighting style. And it was Shakuriki. And then a couple of years later, one of my students said, Sensei, it's your name, eh? Shakuriki. I said, no. He said, yeah, look. And I put it, I said, yes, it's my name. So I think God gave me this style.
Yeah.
Thank you, God.
So Shakuriki means borrowed power.
Borrowed power, that's the meaning.
Incredible.
We want to show people that we're better than other people. I mean, with respect, of course, but we train so hard we can do what other people never can do. That was my meaning.
Very cool, very cool. Most people don't know that.
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
And by the way, in the last 25 years, who was your favorite heavyweight fighter?
I think, of course, I had many good fighters, but I think the most every fighter who everybody knows, and he also very fantastic, is Peter Arts. Peter Arts, the Dutch lumberjack. I mean, he was not a very move boy, but he fight. He was in the ring, and you can be strong, you can be quick, you can be technical. He doesn't mind. He just stand there and he beat you.
What do you think was Peter's secret? The hard, fighting hard, or
Fighting hard, yeah, he's fine. Because the first round, look, he always get punches. And many people when get punches, but he get more exciting when he get the punch and he start to kill you, you know.
and who is your favorite Thai fighter?
I think from Thailand, I've been of course many years in Thailand there, but I think till now it's Samat Payakarun. And Samat is the WBC boxing champion, world champion. He was also the Muay Thai champion. And I had another one, is Disonoy, everybody knows him, Samat Payakarun Disonoy fight.
Yeah.
On my birthday, I was there in Thailand there, I never forget. And Disonoy win. He had long knees, he was the knee specialist. But I think they two, and the Deadly Kisser, and of course Koban, you had many. But the number one is Samat Payakarun.
What is your favorite technique, Tom, for knockout? Like, what's the perfect setup in your opinion?
Yeah, you know, I always start with boxing and finish with kicking. And you can see by Peter. Peter was an example. He start boxing and he push you away and then he kick. And many of my boys, Hesty Kerkers, the best low kick man. Yeah, I think the combination with the low kick was the heaviest weapon.
And how did you learn about low kick? You told me that story one time in Japan.
Yes.
Would you please, how did you learn about low kick and because in the beginning they didn't have low kick in Holland.
No.
And then one time you took a trip, you took your boys.
Yes, you know that there was of course they did karate, kick above the and boxing, but I think the low kick is very good, you know. And I pick it just up. I really don't remember anymore how it came, but I was the first one who introduced the low kick, and with a lot of success, you know.
In Holland, yes.
Yes.
And everybody knows.
Yes. Holland is the Dutch kick here.
Yeah.
They said the Dutch style.
Yeah. They call it became known as.
Yes. Yeah.
And what do you think is the future of kickboxing? In your opinion, do you think it will be big as it was 2020 during the K1 era?
Yeah, you know, I hope so, but I don't think so. The K1 really was the biggest in all. Of course, I mean, the boys don't change. Many boys like to fight. I have many gyms now. I have 2 in Brazil, I have 2 in Japan, 1 in München, 1 in Moscow. And last time I was in Moscow, I gave a seminar with all different kind of people. Sambo wrestlers, karateka, kickboxers, taekwondo. But it's fantastic sports. The Russian guys are really tough, you know. And we have a big Jakriki Academy there now. You know, the boys like to train, but we depend on the promoters. They must promote the fights, you know.
And then tell me a little bit about the program you have in Brazil, in the favela. You recently were there and donated some gloves, yes?
I have, there is a club in the favelas in Rio de Janeiro, and one of his trainers is Will Ribeiro.
Okay, Will Ribeiro.
He was a famous UFC fighter, and then he got a motor accident, and he was a little paralyzed, he cannot talk, he has some microphone. Fantastic boy. And I was there to give a seminar for the kids for free. I want to do something nice to the people, you know. God gave me so much in life, I have to do something back. And these people are so nice, we get friendship together, and I send them sometimes boxing gloves because they have no money. And I go there once a year for give seminars by him and also other parts in Brazil.
Well, Tom, it's a very good pleasure to see you, my friend.
Oh, of course,
You're
I'm
looking
happy
great.
to see you, man.
Yeah,
I feel strong. I feel strong, man.
Good. One time I was in before K1, and it was right before Peter went into the ring.
Yes.
And then you, in my opinion, you're one of the greatest motivators. You know, I had the chance to see you being you,
working with
but
my guys.
you never saw yourself being you.
No.
So you understand the perspective.
Yeah.
But this moment has marked my life. I really remember Peter was about to go to the behind the curtain, and you were talking to him, and he had the gloves up, and you'd go hey, like you would hit.
Yeah.
How was that? What were you telling? What do you tell your fighters that moment? And what is that greeting, the chocolate greeting?
You know, every fighter have their own physically.
Yeah.
One you have to be very good, other one you have to be quiet. But that is the feeling what you have as trainer. When you work with the boys, the fight is only maybe 5-3 rounds. But you train 2-3 months every day, 2 times, so you know exactly how your boy is. And they always said to me, Sensei, we need you because you're mentally so strong. If you say, go by this wall, we do it for you, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that is, but I have the gift from God. I
And
think.
what would you tell Peter before that ring, the K1? behind the
Peter, I
curtain?
always said, Peter, you know what they said? You are easy boy. They destroy you. You're not a good fighter. He said, really? They say that? Yeah. I said, yeah, they say you are a pussy. He said, really? I show him something. And that is how I put Peter always.
Before you go.
Yes.
And then when you hit the gloves with him,
Yeah.
was it hay?
Yeah.
What did you guys used to do? Like,
I said, now you fight, you have to destroy him. You are from Chakuriki, you know, you cannot lose. And he said, no, Sensei. And they're afraid for me when they lose, because then I get mad on them. Not real, but I play the game, you know. So, yeah.
well, best of luck, man, on your
Yeah,
journey.
for sure.
Thank you for everything you did for this sport.
Thank you.
Your legacy will live forever.
Thank you, I hope so.
Great to see you, my friend.
Thank you.